guys, it's Joshua Reviews. Guys, I said in my last review I was going to be taking a look at some Krampus movies, so I'm holding my end of the bargain. Now it's time for you to hold your end of the bargain and watch all these reviews I'm going to be dropping. I'm giving you guys something special. 25 reviews in 25 days. You better click those like buttons. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to do it. If you don't want to live a like, you don't have to. I do these for fun. These videos are unscripted. So anyways, so yeah, we're gonna be taking a look at some Krampus movies. We're gonna be taking a look at some Krampus movies. I'm a little scared. Mother Krampus. So I saw the cover for this in, when did this come out? 2017. That's 8 years ago. That's crazy. And I remember thinking, wow, Mother Krampus. This is going to be fucking great. Oh, man, what a time. That was when I was a lot more naive, and I didn't realize that these covers were complete jokes and lies. Yeah, she looks nothing like this in the movie. In fact, this is what she looks like right here. She looks nothing like this. I've seen this PNG image before. This is like a stock image of like a dead zombie lady in a Santa outfit. It's crazy. It's crazy to me that they actually thought like, yeah, no one will get angry at this. But here's the interesting thing. This movie's kind of notorious. A lot of people actually saw this movie. And my review for it back in 2017 kind of blew up. It got like 100 views within like a day or two, which I was surprised with, which that's not like a lot by today's standards. I mean, I'm not like a big YouTuber or anything, but I was like, whoa, 100 views? That's cool. Now, here's the thing. All my old reviews are gone, so I think it's fair that I revisit these movies and, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt. So I was scared when I was revisiting this movie because this movie is not good. None of these Krampus movies are good. Let me just get that out of the way. None of these films are good. I want that to be clear. But, you know, my opinion could change, so I decided to watch it. Here's the thing. This movie was actually decent. Okay, it's not decent in the sense of like, oh my gosh, it's like a decent movie. No, this movie's still bad. All these movies are bad. Okay, let me just get that out of the way. But I was actually surprised with how much I enjoyed watching it. First off, this movie is distributed by ITN Distribution. They are notorious for making really bad movies. You know some of them. I've covered some of them. So that was the first red flag. Second, lying ass cover. But you know what? Whatever. Cover, production company, doesn't matter. How's the movie? Well, the story is very interesting. It is about this witch named Frail Percha, the witch. This witch, it's not even Mother Krampus, it's just a witch. Apparently this movie is going to be called like 12 Days of Deathmas or 12 Deaths of Christmas or something, but then they renamed it the Mother Krampus because I think they realized like, oh crap, we can make money off of it. So it worked. It's about this witch that gets hung, and years later she comes back for revenge, and she starts kidnapping children and killing the parents of the kids for like revenge because they hung her. And then it's like revealed later that there might be some ulterior motive. And we follow this mother, Vanessa, trying to look after her daughter, Amy, as she tries to give her the best Christmas ever or whatever. Anyways, so I liked the story. I was invested, though this movie steals a lot from other better movies. This movie steals heavily from Nightmare on Elm Street. And it's so obvious. If you couldn't tell, like the whole, you know, we burn Freddy Krueger because he's a child murderer. So it's like, oh, we killed this witch because she's a witch and she killed children or whatever. So it's like, hang the witch sort of thing, right? So they steal so much from different movies, guys. It's kind of crazy. But something that surprised me was how serious and grounded this movie kind of was, which can backfire big time. I've seen horror movies where it's like, it's not a good movie, but they take themselves way too seriously. This movie had a tone and it stuck with it, and I was surprised. Now, even though Mother Krampus does not look like this. This is what she looks like. There are some actual scary moments with Mother Krampus. There are some moments where she looks pretty creepy, and I was like, you know what? It was actually pretty creepy. I like that. And I want to say this, the acting is surprisingly decent for this type of movie. I was expecting like really bad, really cringy acting, but no. Some of the acting in this is actually pretty decent. It's not Oscar winning or great, and there is some overacting and underacting in some places, but the acting for the most part was like passable. I was like, okay, you know, I'm actually invested. And this is the one thing I hear a lot of people say, they didn't like the characters, and I'll agree, there's not like a lot of character depth or whatever, but I like the main character, Vanessa. I liked her and the relationship she had with Amy. I did kind of like the relationship she tried to rekindle with her husband, even though it was kind of cringe in some moments. But I actually liked the fact that they were attempting at a story for a movie like this. Did they succeed? Not always, but I feel like there were significant moments in the story where I was like, okay, I'm actually invested. I want to see where this goes. And something I was surprised with and taken aback by was the kills. Now, I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm not a gore hound, but I appreciate practical effects and makeup that go into, you know, gory kills and whatnot. This movie is low budget. There's no denying that. But there were some decent kills in this movie. And there were some kills that were actually kind of fucked up. I'm going to say it. This movie is very mean-spirited, but it's mean-spirited in a way I don't mind. Because that was the tone that was set, and it never kind of lets go of that. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it pulls you in with the tone and the setting, and it sticks with it. It doesn't try to go for anything else, and it's executed pretty decently, I might add. Not great, but decent enough where I was like, you know what? You got me. There are some kills in this movie that made me go, oh, that's disgusting. There's one kill where a babysitter, which I felt so bad for, she reminded me a little bit of Vicky from Halloween 2018, which I like. I love that movie. And she is trying to protect this kid from Mother Krampus, and she gets her intestines pulled, and then Mother Krampus sews her belly with Christmas lights and in her guts, and she sews her mouth shut with tinsel. So that was interesting. And then she hangs her on top of the edge of the ledge of the house or whatever. And then there's another kill where a girl is tied up on a kitchen cabinet, and Mother Krampus gets a meat cutter or whatever. It's like a saw, and she just starts sawing away. And I was like, damn, what did she do? there were some deaths in this movie that kind of made me a little disturbed. It wasn't like graphic, but there were some kills in this that made me go, whoa, that was pretty gnarly. There was one kill where I think it's an aunt is like looking after, this aunt is protecting this kid, and the kid's aunt is protecting, what am I saying? I'm getting this all backwards. Anyways, there's a scene where this girl gets killed, and oh my, Mother Krampus was using this gingerbread cookie cutter to cut pieces of her flesh and then eat them. It reminded me a lot of Black Christmas from 2006, the remake. And it was kind of gnarly. And then she just abducts kids. Now, I'm talking about what I like, but let me just reiterate, this is not a good movie. This is a low-budget indie movie. Now, that does not mean shit. You can make a movie with a potato for a camera and still have a good story, which I want to emulate because I do like the story for this movie. But this movie is low budget, and you can tell that they had to cut some corners. You don't see... There's some kill... Well, you do see most of the kills, and some of them are pretty bloody. There are some kills where they kind of have to work around. And I will say, this movie's an hour and 30 minutes, but there are moments that do kind of drag. It's not boring, but there are moments that do drag. And it feels a little bit longer than what it is. Because the movie's like an hour and 30 minutes, right? But it feels kind of like an hour and 50 minutes. So, and there's some repeated dialogue that kind of annoyed me. I was like, okay, I get the point. You can just move to the next scene. And this movie's dark. Like, it's dark, it's bleak, but I'm talking dark from like a lighting and cinematography type thing. Like, this movie is kind of hard to see, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And well, I like the two main characters, and there was a fair amount of side characters that I enjoyed. Some of the other characters were just kind of bland and just kind of forgettable. And some motivations were kind of weird. And there's also a big twist at the end that took me a little while to like kind of put together. I was kind of like, wait, oh, okay, wait, did I get it? Okay, I got it. Wait, that was kind of my thought process. I was like, okay, decent twist, but took me a little while to kind of get it. And going back to what I was saying about this movie being bleak and dark, this movie has a pretty bleak and dark ending, which some people liked. I was kind of in the middle. I was like, damn, that's fucked. Movie has balls to end its movie like that. But overall, it's not an awful movie. Not a good movie by any means. Trust me, it's not. But I mean, you could do worse. I enjoyed it to an extent. Is it perfect? Fuck no. But you might find some enjoyment out of it. It's if you look at it for what it is, it's decent. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a C. Yeah, C. So, anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Stay tuned because I'm gonna review more Krampus movies. The next review, I'm gonna some other Krampus.